You ever got a song stuck in your head and you just can't shake it? What makes it so catchy? Well, a lot of the time it's not magic, it's actually a map. Today we're going to explore one of the oldest and coolest tricks in music, Rondo Form. Think of it as the ultimate musical road trip.
No, really, what is it that makes a tune just burrow into your brain and play on a loop? So often, it comes down to this hidden pattern, this clever map that composers have been using for hundreds of years to make their music completely unforgettable.
And that's really the big idea for today. Imagine a piece of music isn't just a bunch of random notes, but it's a journey. It has a home base, a familiar starting point that it always comes back to, no matter how far it wanders off.
So, what is this musical map? This guide that always brings you back home? Well, that's Rondo Form. You can think of it like a GPS for your ears, making sure you never ever get lost in the music.
Okay, so what is it exactly? Rondo Form is built on one simple but really powerful idea. You've got a main theme, we're going to call that the refrain, that just keeps coming back, and in between its appearances, you get these totally different contrasting sections, which we call episodes. It gives you this perfect balance of something familiar and something new. Let's map out this journey step by step. You start at your home base, let's call it Section A. Then you take a little detour, explore a new place, Section B. But you don't stay there, you come right back home to A. Then you're off again to a totally different spot, C, before, yep, you guessed it, returning home to A one last time. It's this simple, powerful pattern of home and away.
To really get this, we need to meet the two main characters in our musical story, the home base and the adventurous detours.
So let's break this down. The refrain, that A section, that's your home base. It's got to be catchy, memorable, and it just feels so satisfying every time it returns. The episodes, on the other hand, are B and C sections. They're the exciting side trips. They create all the variety by exploring new moods, new ideas, and even different musical keys, which is kind of like changing the song's entire color palette.
So the big takeaway here is that the refrain is the anchor. It's that familiar melody that holds the entire piece together. It makes you feel grounded, no matter how wild or crazy the musical detours get.
Okay, now let's see how composers actually use these building blocks, the refrain and the episodes, to draw out the most popular rondo maps.
So the most common pattern you're going to see is called the 5-part rondo. It's that classic journey we talked about. Home, A, detour 1, B, back home, A, detour 2, C, and a final, satisfying return home, A. It's simple, it's perfectly balanced, and it works so well.
Now for a longer, more epic journey, composers might use the 7-part rondo. Check out what happens here. That first detour, the B section, actually makes a comeback near the end. It's a neat trick that makes the whole piece feel even more connected and complete.
And you know, this structure has been around for ages. It actually started with French dances, way back in the Baroque era. Then, composers like Mozart and Haydn basically made it the go-to choice for a happy, energetic way to end a giant symphony. Later on, Beethoven took it and made the detours way more dramatic and epic. And today, you can hear this same home and away idea in tons of popular songs.
But this brings up a really good question. If you keep returning to the same theme over and over, how do you stop it from getting boring? Well, composers are pretty clever, and they have a whole bag of tricks to keep things fresh and exciting. For starters, they might add little decorations to the main theme each time it comes back, just to change it up a bit. Or maybe they'll have a different instrument play it, like a flute instead of violins. They also write these really cool musical bridges, called transitions, to move smoothly from the home section to a detour. And my favorite trick is the retransition. That's a special part they write just to build up suspense right before that big, satisfying return home. All right, ready for the expert level? Sometimes composers mix the rondo map with another musical structure to create something called a sonata rondo. It's pretty cool. Think of it like this. It's got the catchy, repeating home theme of a rondo, but in the middle, instead of just a simple detour, there's this huge, dramatic section where all the musical ideas get twisted, turned, and developed. It's really the best of both worlds. It's catchy and complex.
Okay, enough theory. Let's check out some famous examples so you can actually hear what this musical road trip sounds like in action.
So here's one of the coolest facts about the rondo. You almost always find it as the grand finale of a big piece, like a symphony or a concerto. And why is that? Well, because its upbeat, memorable, fun nature is the absolute perfect way to end the show on a high note and send everyone home feeling happy and energized.
Yep. A vast majority of the time, a rondo is basically the musical equivalent of a party.
After a long journey through maybe some serious or dramatic parts of the music, the rondo is that fast, fun, celebratory conclusion that just makes you feel good.
I guarantee you've heard a rondo without even knowing it. That super famous, unforgettable theme from Beethoven's Für Elise, that's the refrain. That's the home base. Mozart's Rondo alla Turca is another perfect example. So next time you hear these pieces, listen for it. You'll hear that main theme, then a different section, and then, boom, the main theme comes right back.
So there you have it, Rondo Form. It's not just some boring set of rules for composers, it's a blueprint for a musical journey. It's a journey that perfectly balances the comfort of coming home with the excitement of a brand new adventure.
So here's a final challenge for you. Now that you have the map, listen to your own favorite songs. Can you spot this pattern? I mean, think about a pop song with verses and a chorus. The chorus is basically the home base, right? It's the thing that keeps coming back after each new verse. What song on your playlist takes you on a journey only to bring you back to that awesome, unforgettable chorus? You might be surprised by how many of these musical road trips you're taking every single day.